Portland and Seattle still cleaning up after rioters damaged buildings and attacked police following last week's inauguration. Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler condemning that violence in his city. He says he had to use pepper spray on someone who confronted him at a restaurant in his own town. It was quite a scene. Jason Rantz is the host of the Jason Rantz Show and joins us now. Jason, he was confronted. He used his pepper spray. He got up in his face. He said, "You're not wearing a mask." He said, "I'm in an area where I don't have to be wearing a mask." That person then followed him out of the restaurant, wasn't distanced. Ted Wheeler says he fears for his safety because the person was not masked. Has this mayor lost control of his city?
I mean, he lost control of his city months ago, as have many cities that decided to ignore the violence that had been going on because they thought it was going to help them defeat Donald Trump as he was running for re-election. They decided to pretend that this violence wasn't actually happening. It was either downplayed, ignored completely, and in some egregious cases, it was actually encouraged. We were told Antifa is a myth, and yet Antifa is still to this day engaged in this kind of violence. Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler and so many others, they've created these monsters, and now they're living with the consequences as they've realized, oh, maybe we ought to get this under control. And unfortunately, it's probably going to continue until they take it more seriously.
Really interesting response there. And by the way, the press briefing just happened at the White House a few moments ago. Jen Psaki was again asked about this violence in Portland overnight and what we just saw. And she condemned the violence. She said that the president condemns the violence, but they don't specifically condemn by name the groups that are committing this violence or speak specifically to what they are doing to hold people involved in this violence accountable. Ted Wheeler also spoke out, the mayor of Portland, about the growing trend of violence that he is seeing. Here he is in his own words. Listen.
We actually, unfortunately, are seeing this growing trend towards people saying that if you don't agree with me politically, we're going to come after you, either physically, or we're going to come after your home, or we're going to come after your place of business.
Okay, so there he is. Is that too little, too late, to your point, Jason?
It absolutely is. And it's not a growing trend. It's a matured reality. It's not just I mean, this is a guy who months ago was literally run out of his condo because they showed up to his home. They're showing up to politicians' homes. They're showing up to a lot of people's homes.
Well, he was run out of that restaurant, that pub where he was sitting with someone else, and it was quite a scene. We appreciate your time this afternoon. Jason, thank you.